F is for fire that burns down the whole town. Use for uranium bombs. N is for no survivors when you're...
Plankton! Those things aren't what fun is all about. Now, do it like this. F is for friends who do stuff.
Never. That's completely idiotic.
Here, let me help you. F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. Try it!
N is for anywhere and anytime at all.
Down here in the deep blue sea.
Wait, I don't understand this.
Oh, he gets all tingly inside, which is how I feel when I'm drinking this wine. And so, welcome to Downtown NorCal Live Wine Time. This is the weekly wrap-up of what's been going on around us in small businesses. I love small, independent, locally owned businesses, and we need to save them right now. The humor, you know, does it not feel like the world might have been taken over by a plankton? I mean, if you know SpongeBob, you know he's really my favorite character. But it sort of does feel that way, and even SpongeBob here has turned into a zombie. So welcome to the apocalypse. All kidding aside, I am drinking a really good wine this week, brought to our friends from Cork It Again in downtown Davis. A wonderful place I'll be interviewing soon. I'll take you with me on a little tasting tour there. And they also appreciate the value of independence, and they feature independent wines. This is Nashoba Wines. They're from Massachusetts, and the grape is Alicante Bouschet. I've never had this, 2016, but my son did this on a niche request. I've talked about niche many times, and I've been having this for a couple of nights. It is eye-poppingly delicious. So thank you to our friends at Cork It Again. Love shopping locally, and really appreciate you continuing to serve our community in these very difficult times. Cheers. What am I wearing? Always boutique. Usually, sometimes I'll do a little bit that will display the whole food chain that is retail. We want to make sure we maintain, but tonight it's 100% boutique. So this blouse, in honor of SpongeBob, is a silk blouse from Yvonne Capitola, one of my favorites. Necklace is also from Capitola, a shop I love called Sweet Asylum. And I love to go there because she does really soft, chic beachwear. So that's where you want to go if you're in Capitola and you need something just to kind of cool it down. And then the pant, I'm a little bit getting square. These used to fit better, but I still think they're pretty cute. They're stretchy. These are from Haven, a boutique in Woodland. And then the shoes are from Soul Desire in Davis. And those are a few years old. And look how, I mean, they're still current. You can wear them, you know, the thing I love about independents is that they tend to be lasting. No matter what you buy, the style's gonna last, it's gonna be classic, it'll be things you love. Speaking of things I love, in addition to this delicious wine, I am gonna be talking about this store a little bit later, because kids is what's etched on this glass. And just stay tuned. I've got an announcement about a well-stocked home in Woodland I'm not happy to make. So tonight's theme obviously is fire. As if a pandemic weren't enough, I wanted to tell you about one of the brick and mortars I really appreciate. And let's hope I don't set this puppy off. It's heavy. But, you know, I'm sure a lot of folks will decide to order a fire extinguisher online. The problem with that is they're not reusable, they're not very high quality, they don't last. And so these fire extinguishers have been with us for many, many years, like maybe 20 plus years. And we just have them refilled. We check by knowing if they're fully charged right here, and we take them to Sentinel Fire Equipment Company in Sacramento. And I've been doing that for many years after a recommendation to that company, that brick and mortar shop, by a Sacramento firefighter when we used to live there. So that's how long ago it's been. We've been in Davis over 20 years, so here we are. Anyway, the reason you want to do this is we have had an incident where my darling husband lit the fence on fire, and we've had to use them.
The fence had it coming, by the way.
It was a very tasty barbecue,
It was an excellent meal.
but afterwards, not so fun. However, there's nothing more exciting than saying hello to your local firefighter on 4th of July. So, thank you to the Davis Fire Department for so many reasons. And speaking of the SpongeBob episode you just saw,
Are you aware that your fingernails are the color of plankton?
Oh, I forgot to say, yes, my fingernails are brought to you by the paint color I bought is from Sassafras Beauty in Davis. Please support her. She's at risk of going out of business. She even has a sign. Okay, our dog has just taken off with a DVD.
Come here, Batman.
Life is life. But yes, she's at risk, so please go support her if you can. It's really important. She's got a business a sign outside of her business saying, you know, keep me in business, please. So please do. Where was I going with these? Oh yes, the whole Beanie Baby, and you saw I have a Mr. Krabs in it. They're all over there, but there's a Krabby Patty for you. But the reason I brought these out tonight, not just because it was a funny song, it's because our son, who's now 22 years old, whenever we would go away on vacation and leave him with grandparents, this was a thing for a while where he loved SpongeBob, and you could find these at small little gift shops. And I mean those small mom and pop brick and mortar businesses that we love, and we would always bring home a different character. And so I convinced him that these are keepsakes, and somehow they're still here, and he's 22, and I love that.
He probably still plays with them secretly.
He probably does. He's going to kill us. Anyway, whether he does or not, it's no business of ours.
We don't judge.
No judgment here. Zero judgment. But anyway, the point is, you know, when you want to bring your kids something special and you're out on the road on a vacation, what are you going to do? Go to Lowe's and pick up a shovel? I'm not sure. You know, it just doesn't go over very well. So let's see, this week in interviews, I talked to Let Them Eat Cake. Go see that interview. Wonderful business, but open much slimmer hours, and so many fewer hours, and they're suffering because of the loss of students from UC Davis. Then I spoke with a cosmetic tattoo artist who brought to my attention the fact that they are really uncategorized as far as the state goes in terms of what can open, when it can open. They've just been sort of put in places that don't make a lot of sense, and this woman has not worked in 7 months. So that's getting scary for her. And then finally I went to University Covenant University Covenant Nursery School, where they are offering preschool. They still have spots available. That's a terrific interview that really gets into the heart of the fragile network for our early learning community and young families. So see how you can support them by watching that interview. And speaking of the entire pieces of all the interviews that I do every week, you can get them in one newsletter. Every week I send a newsletter, and it will summarize those interviews for you, and you can just watch them at one time. It really gives you a lot of perspective about what's going on, and frankly, it gives you a lot of hope. So I hope to provide that to you. The newsletter is subscribable by going to downtownnorcal.com. That's my website. It will prompt you to sign up, downtownnorcal.com. Okay, I'm sorry to close on a little bit of a difficult note, but this must be done because this is the point. And there is not enough line for this announcement, because if you go to my website, you're going to see this business featured as one of my favorites. And it starts, pardon me if I don't get through this. We choose to be grateful. We've decided to permanently close our doors. There are no tears here. Instead, we have deep, heartfelt gratitude for the experience, our friendships with you, and our employees, Amelia, Megan, and Kathy. Beginning Monday, that's this Monday, 9/14, we'll begin our closeout sale with in-store sales only. The website has been shut down so we can focus our time and inventory to walk-ins. Our last day of business will be Saturday, 9/19. They go on to describe their hours. They also say that the ramifications from COVID-related issues has greatly affected our business. We experienced a decrease in sales as high as 86%. over the last 6 months. That's not sustainable. And this is from a well-stocked home in Woodland. And so I will be out there tomorrow doing a live to announce that sale. I'm going to be in front of the store before they open for the sale on Monday. I'm really sorry to see that store go. And if we want to keep them going, others going like them, the small business community in general, we've got to start helping them, participating, watching them, listening to them. So for those businesses we lost this week, who are no longer in business, who shut their doors for good, no fault of your own. I just want to say you may be closed, but you're still awesome.